Hi, my name is John. Welcome to the first video in what's going to be a series of videos all about this TIG163DC TIG welder. It's a new machine, it's got the TFT screen on, it's also got the built-in Easy Set. The Easy Set's fantastic to use, it gets your welding straight out of the box, takes all the guesswork away. The machine is also fully adjustable, any setting you want on the DC manual setting. That'll be probably in the next video. There is two settings I want to show that are really important. The first one is tack welding and the second one is 4TS. That's enough talk. I'm not going to bother with box openings, that's just too much to show. I'm going to get straight in, get some welding done. I've powered the machine up. This is the home screen. We've got basic TIG welding, then you've got TIG Easy, which is what we're going to be doing. You've got stick and stick easy. So we go into TIG Easy, press a button and it brings up a menu. I normally start off by setting tungsten size so you can scroll through. Tungsten size, press the button, either 1.6 or 2.4. I use 2.4 for most things. Next one, material thickness, 1 mil up to 4 mil. We're welding 1.2. Next one is steel type. Is it steel or stainless? This is just straightforward steel. Next one, it is a lap joint. You can select the various joints. Next one is pulse settings. You can turn 5 different pulse settings on. At the minute we're going to leave it off. Next one is torch control. You've got 2T, 4T, pedal, 2TF, that's if you've got a finger controlling amperage, and 4TF. We're going to go with straightforward 2T. In 2T, you press a button, it starts to weld, you let go of the button and it stops welding. It's as simple as that. That's going to give me 60 amps. It's asking for gas flow of 7 litres a minute in a cup size 6. And you can trim it 10 amps either side to finally dial it in. But basically 60 amps is what I would have went for anyway. To start welding, you simply press the trigger. You keep the trigger held down and you get the welding current all the time. Let go and it stops. Press it and it starts again. Really simple operation. Quite often that's all you need. Just on and off. Same weld but in 4T. So in 4T you press the trigger, you get a pilot arc, you let go of it and it comes up onto your full welding amps. Press the trigger again and it stops. We'll go through that again. Press the trigger, pilot arc so you can see exactly where you are. You let go and that's your welding amps. Press the trigger again, it ramps down, let go and it stops. Simple as that, 2T, 4T. I'm going to do the same weld but this time in some 2 mil stainless, so we need to adjust the settings. Start off with tungsten, 2.4 tungsten. Material thickness, 2 mil. Material type, we're using stainless this time. Joint type, lap joint, just the same. Pulses are turned off. We're using 2T. That's going to give me 50 amps. It's asking for a gas flow of 10 litres a minute. And it's asking for a cup JL10. JL stands for gas lens. You need to use a gas lens to get good coverage when you're welding stainless. let go, it stops, and start again. Same weld, but this time in 40. So press a button, you get a pilot arc, let go and you get your full welding amps. Press a button, off. Once again, pilot amps, full welding amp. That's the two welds I've just done. That's a 2T1 and that one there is in 4T. Up to now, all the welding has been done on TIG, easy set. I am going to do a video on straightforward DC TIG showing you how to set the machine up manually, but that is two features I want to cover now. The first one is a tack weld feature and the second one is a 4TS, which is a special form of 4T welding. So when the TIG manual is set up now, this is the manual setup screen. First one's amps. We'll press there, we can adjust for ampage. Leave it on 160. Then we can go around, tack or spot. At the minute we'll leave it turned off. 2T remote, yep 2T. Pulse is turned off. And we've got a high frequency start. So we're interested in this one here, so we'll press that, tack weld. Okay, so tack weld. This is the spot weld screen. It shows the various parameters you can use to set up. It looks complicated, but really it's not. First one is pre-flow gas, that's gas before you start welding. 1 second is more than enough of that. Next one is pulse time, how long the pulse lasts, how long the tack weld lasts. I've got it set at 250 milliseconds, it works well for me. You can go up or down. If you need longer, you go into spot welding, and then you can go up to 4 seconds in spot welding. Right, next one. You can do stitch weld, where it'll give a tack weld, whatever period of time you want. We just want one, so we've got that set on 0, but you can have pulses every 0.6 seconds, every second, every 1.5 seconds, whatever you want. We'll set that at 0, so we only get the one pulse. Next one, post-flow gas. That's gas that comes out when you finish welding. I'm welding stainless, so I've got it set up 10 seconds, so I've got a nice clean weld. These two plates are touching each other. You simply bring the torch in, hold the tungsten just above the surface and press the trigger, and that puts a spot weld in. We'll put one in the other end, one in the centre. There's very little heat input, no distortion at all, nice clean tack welds. These are really well held together. I'll set the timer up now to give it a pulse every 1.2 seconds. My wife Deb makes these things and she uses the tack weld feature all the time. With two stainless steel nuts here. Tack weld them together. Like that's one tack weld. No heat transfer at all, or at least very little. We'll do another one. Next I want to show the 4TS. into TIG welding. If we press this one, it brings up the memory. Number 2 is the settings I've got in there for welding 2mm stainless. So I've got 75 amps, the spot welder's off, or a high frequency start, the pulsar's off, and I'm running it in 4T. You can press the graph, you can show what I've got 1 second post flow, 10 amp start amps, 0.7 up slope, 0.7 down slope, and a 10 second purge at the end to keep it nice and clean. I've got a lap joint set up here. I put a nice big gas lens on the torch so we get really good gas coverage. When you initially press the button, you get your base amps, which you can set at whatever you want depending on what you're welding, and that ramps up to your full welding amps. If you're welding along quite merrily and something gets in the way, you can touch the button and it drops down to your base amps so you can move around, reposition, and then simply touch the button again and the arc will go back up to full power. This is ideal if you're welding pipe and you don't want to get out of position, you don't want to lose the arc. Back to full power, carry on welding. Right, I've brought the camera in really close so I can try and show this again. So if we press the button, we'll get your pilot arc, so you can look around and you let go, and that's your full welding amps. Just touch the button again and it drops back down to pilot amps. That's if you're looking around trying to find where you've been welding, you had to move for some reason. Press it again, full welding amps. Touch it again, down to pilot arc, keep it pressed. You can see I've got a lovely clean weld. That's what you want, that nice gold colour, absolutely perfect, good gas coverage. I'm sure you'll agree the machine did exactly what it's supposed to do. The easy set is easy to set. I did double in the manual mode with the tack welding in the 4TS and I was very impressed. As usual, if you do decide to buy one of these welders, in fact any product from Tack, be sure to mention my name. It certainly won't do you any harm. If there's anything you want us to cover, any particular feature on the DC manual side, just leave a comment in the comments box and I'll have a look for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.